Jai Swaminarayan. Today we are reading Kāriyāni 12 of the Vachanāmrut. This passage is titled Destroying the Kāran body. Kāran is the causal body of the three-body principle of physical, sthul, sattho, sukshma, and causal. Kāran. It is said that the causal is more subtler than the sattho, and the subtle is subtler than the body. And the causal is closest to the jiva, to the soul. And sometimes the soul is used interchangeably with the causal body since they are so intimately linked. But there is a subtle difference. And the true Atma is beyond the causal, the true self. Let's get into it. On Kartik Sudhi Punam, Samvat 1877, or the 20th of November, 1820, Swami Sri Sahajanandji Maharaj was sitting on a large decorated cot on the veranda outside the east-facing rooms of Vasta Khajar's Darbar in Kāriyāni. He was wearing a white case and a white dagli made of chint. He had also tied a white feto with a bogani around his head. At that time, an assembly of Paramhansas as well as devotees from various places had gathered before him. Thereupon, Sriji Maharaj said, "Please initiate a question-answer session." Thereafter, the Munis asked some questions amongst themselves for quite some time, wherein the topic of the three bodies of the jiva, of the soul, sthul, sukshma, and Kāran, and the three bodies of Ishvar, Virat, Sutratma, and Avyakrit arose. These are the three equivalent cosmic principles. Sriji Maharaj then commented, "The Kāran, the causal body, is the Maya, the material existence of the jiva, of the soul. That same Kāran body evolves into the sthul, the physical, and sukshma, subtle bodies. Thus, all three, the sthul, sukshma, and Kāran bodies can be said to be the Maya of the jiva. In the same manner, Virat, Sutratma, and Avyakrit can be said to be the Maya of Ishvar, of the complementary cosmic being. This Maya, material existence of the jiva, i.e. the Kāran body, is attached so strongly to the jiva that they cannot be separated by any means whatsoever. However, if a person attains the company of the sant, of a saint, realizes the form of God through the words of that sant, meditates on that form of God and imbibes the words of God in their heart, then the Kāran body attached to their jiva is burnt completely. For example, the skin of a tamarind seed is extremely firmly attached to the seed. But when the seed is roasted over a fire, the skin is burnt and becomes detached. It can then be peeled off easily by rubbing the seed in one's hands. Similarly, when the Kāran body is roasted, so to speak, by the meditation and words of God, it becomes separated from the jiva just as easily as one rubs off the skin of a roasted tamarind seed. However, even if one were to try a million other methods, one could not destroy the jiva's ignorance in the form of the Kāran body. Thereafter, Sriji Maharaj asked a question to the Munis. During the waking state, Sattva Gun, the quality of goodness and purity and clarity, prevails, and one has knowledge of all objects. However, despite having heard something in the state of wakefulness, only when one contemplates on it in the sukshma, the subtle body, does whatever one has heard become consolidated. And in this context, I believe that the sukshma body refers to our anthakarans, our inner mental faculties, which are the faculties that are activated in dream primarily, since in the dream state we are not aware of our physical body, but yet our inner faculties remain. As such, we have dreams, But Rajogun, the quality of passion, of activity prevails in the Sukshma body, and during the state of Rajogun, complete knowledge is not possible. Sattva gun is the purest of the qualities of material existence. So transcendental knowledge must be found in going from the Sattva guna, the quality of goodness, to the gunatit, the state beyond the qualities of material existence. Yet in the sukshma, the subtle body, when one contemplates on what has heard during the waking state, it becomes complete knowledge. How can this apparent contradiction be resolved? This is a beautiful question. I think this is to say that in the state of wakefulness, we are the most conscious, you could say. And when we are dreaming, we are only partially conscious. Yet it's in that partially conscious state that we process all of the information during the waking state. And somehow, in that semi-conscious state, we actually imbibe the wisdom that is gained during the waking state. We incorporate all of that experience. How is that possible when we are most conscious during the waking state? Rather, the Munis collectively attempted to explain to the best of their understanding, but none could provide a satisfactory answer to Sriji Maharaj's question. Thus they folded their hands and said, "Maharaj, this question can only be answered by you." Sriji Maharaj thereupon explained, "The answer is that the jiva, the soul, which is the kshetragna, the witness of the field." In this case, the field is the experience, dwells in the heart. The kshetragna enlightens the 14 indriyas, the 14 organs, which include the 5 karmendriyas, the 5 organs of locomotion, the 5 jnanendriyas, which are the organs of perception, and the 4 anthakarans, which are the inner faculties of cognition. Of these, the Andhakaran dwells extremely close to the Kshetragna, to the witness of the field. As a result, whatever one hears is consolidated when one contemplates on it in the Andhakaran. After all, the Kshetragna is more powerful than all of the Indriyas and the Andhakaran, so whatever it endorses becomes thoroughly consolidated. Having heard this answer, the Munis remarked, "Maharaj, you have given a precise answer. No one besides you could have answered that question." Thereafter, Sriji Maharaj said, "Regardless of how lustful, angry, greedy, or lewd a person may be, if they listen to these types of discourses with faith and love, all of their flaws would be eradicated. For example, if a person with teeth strong enough to chew raw chana, which I believe is, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the name of it. Oh dearie me, it's a type of legume. Were to eat a great many sour mangoes, then they would not be able to chew even boiled rice. In the same way, a person who is strongly overpowered by lust, anger, etc., were to listen to these discourses with faith and persistence, then that person would no longer be capable of indulging in the panch vishayas, the experiences of the 5 senses. Moreover, the mind does not become chickpeas. That's what it was. Now I've sent a background process into the Andhakaran and it came back. Jana is chickpeas. Just restart the sentence. In the same way, if a person who is strongly overpowered by lust, anger, etc., were to listen to these discourses with faith and persistence, then that person would no longer become capable of indulging in the panch vishayas, the experiences of the five senses. Moreover, the mind does not become as free of desires for vishayas, for experiences of the senses, by subjecting the body to austere observances such as tapta, kruchra, chandrayan, or other vows, as it does by listening to these discourses of God. In addition, your minds must not be becoming as stable while meditating or by turning the rosary as perfectly as they do while you are listening to these discourses. Thus, one should listen to the discourses of Purushottam Narayan with faith and love. There is no better method to stabilize the mind and to free it of the desires for the vishayas. All right. That was the 108th discourse, which is an auspicious number. I believe that there are many ways in which this number relates to our solar system. For example, in between the Earth and the Moon can fit 108 moons. In between the Earth and the Sun can fit 108 suns, and within the diameter of the Sun can fit 108 Earths across, as well as the fact that there are how many planets? 9 that we consider in astrology as cosmic bodies, and there are 12 astrological constellations, and so 9 times 12 makes 108 different effects on the body. There's some Vedic astrology for you. We've also come to the end of the Kāriyāni section and the end of this part 1 of the Vachanāmrut from the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha. So we'll be starting a new section next time and a new part of the pocketbook. So, thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.